You said people feel like why should they go to madrasa and other stuff. You see, before I even go to the benefits of the what you get to learn and other stuff, first of all, ask them, or I'll ask them to ask themselves that when they see someone that is actually versed in Islamic studies, they feel like, yeah, how do they feel? They feel like I am
not online, which shows you are 5.0. Hey God, which shows you're a first class student. So how are you able to make it? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome you back to Ibnrasheed Media House. And guess what? I will always remain your humble host, Anas Ibnrasheed. And today we have in our midst a brother from Uni Ilorin, a medical student, medicine and surgery, the person of Muhammad Abdullah. Please say salam to our audience.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please, Muhammad, can you introduce yourself for us, for the audience that doesn't know you?
Okay, my name is Muhammad Abdullah. I am a medical student, just as he said. A second year medical student on 200 level in the University of Ilorin. I am from a family of 6. Yes, my mom gave birth to 6 children. I'm the second born, alhamdulillah, and I'm from Kwara State.
Okay, Muhammad. Now, you said you're a medical student. So what do you do as a student? Or do you have something? Or you are just a student? What do you do?
Aside from being a student, I create content. So you can say I'm a content creator, yes.
You're a content creator? So what inspired you to start creating content?
Okay. Talk about inspiration. Let me say, the idea I started with changed over time. I'll explain it to you. When I wanted to start at first, I wanted to improve the way I speak. That was fundamentally, that was what my intention was. So I came across this drill online where you make a video of yourself and you review it the next day. You correct how you sound, how your body language is and all that stuff.
And how to get improved.
Yeah. So I improved that. Yes, exactly. I improved on that. I took notes. I did that for about 3 weeks, making videos, reviewing them before I posted online at all. So normally I've wanted to post online, say, since when I was in 100 level, but I didn't. I programmed it to start between the holiday between 100 and 200 level. So after 100 level, towards the end of 100 level, something happened. I had an injury where I broke my hand. Now, alhamdulillah, I'm good now, but it was before our 100 level final exam. So after the exam, I was not able to start the content immediately because I was still in the hospital for this. Yes, I was able to write the exam though. So when I was fine, after I was fine, that was when the holiday started. So we went to Lagos to spend the holiday. And I remember one night, I was telling my brother, because my elder brother makes contents too. I was telling him that he was editing a video. So I used to tell him that, I want to start creating content. But that one night, I told him when I saw him editing a video that, yeah, I want to start creating content. He looked at me like this and he said, if you've not made your first video, don't ever say that to me again.
Okay, you just been saying it, but you've never put it into action.
Yes, I've just been training behind the scenes because I was like, if I go online, what if I don't know what to say? So when I told him, he said, if you have not made the first video, don't tell me you want to create content. I said, okay. So I made the first video and I posted it.
Now, for how long have you been a content creator?
Close to a year now. I posted my first video on the 31st of July 2025.
31st of July last year,
2025.
And it got how many views?
Now, I don't know how many views it has now. Maybe the first video, maybe 500k, maybe. But then, after 3 days, I posted the first video. It was, seriously, I'm grateful for this because it was not in my hands to get people to watch my video. I was just like, okay, if I want to make a video, I have to make it one that people will learn from it. And since, alhamdulillah, I have little knowledge about Islam, I was like, okay, maybe I should tell people about Islam while I still train my speaking. I should just do it online. So I posted my first video and it's had 45k views in 3 days.
What was the topic of the video?
The video was about It was about saying Alhamdulillah. No, saying Bismillah.
Okay.
But not just saying Bismillah with faith that what you said Bismillah what you said Bismillah for before doing it, it will actually work. And I told the story of how I, this was an example though, but I told the story of how I was playing when I was sitting room. So I placed a container across the room. I've been playing it, did not miss it. I said Bismillah the first time, it did not miss it. I said Bismillah the second time, so it did not miss it. So it occurred to me that now I'm saying Bismillah, but in my mind I'm like, I know it's not miss it, Joe. So I now change this in my mind that okay, I'll say Bismillah now, but I will know that it will miss it. And it met it. So I was like, that will make a really good content idea. That was what I posted first.
So I want to ask your content. Are you a motivational speaker or a skit maker, or what should I say? Which aspect of the content do you focus on?
Okay. I will not say I'm a skit maker. That one is out of it. And I wouldn't say I'm a motivational speaker. I'll say I make videos about productivity and Islam. Because fundamentally, those are the two things I am interested in. And that's what I'm interested in too. I make videos about them. But mainly about how you can be productive as a student, because I'm a student too. And to teach people about Islam.
Wow, mashallah. So can you like give us the history of your background?
Now, that's a good question. Okay, I'll run you through my background. But before I start, first of all, I have to thank Allah, alhamdulillah, that I am like this. And secondly, I have to thank my parents. Because I would say it's all from the way I was brought up. Yes, my dad is an Islamic teacher. Let me say that. Yes, he studied in Egypt. That was where I was born to.
Egypt.
Yes. So he teaches Islam. He made me memorize the Quran. I completed memorization around 15 years of age when I was in SS2. Alhamdulillah. While I was in primary school, he has a school. While I was in primary school, it was a school I attended. You know, I started my education in Egypt, yes. But I spent yes, I spent about 6 years there. We came here, then he started a school. So we went to the school. And the way his school is, the way he made his school here is that it's not just Western, it's Islamia and Western. And it's not the way people do it. You know, normally people do it. If any school, if they teach both Islamic education and Western education, they do say Western education first, before morning, before Islamia in the afternoon, maybe when you're tired or other stuff. But what he did was that you do Islamia from 8 o'clock when we start, from 8 o'clock to about 12 o'clock. Then from that 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, that's when we do Western education. Yes. So from my primary 1 to primary 5, I was in that school. So I was doing both Islamia and Western. So I learned the fundamentals of Islam. I learned the Quran too from him, from the school also. And when I got to secondary school, that was in Ibnrasheed. That's where I did my secondary school, here in Kwara State. I was still going to madrasa at his place because he doesn't just have Islamic Western school, he has madrasa too. So I'll go to school normally, then come back home. During the weekend, I'll attend madrasa at his madrasa there, yes. So that was how it was until SS3 and until I got to university. I'm still in madrasa now, though. Yes, yes, I'm still in madrasa now.
Schooling and at the same time in the madrasa.
Yes.
So what are you now doing there now? You said you're an artist, and most of people feel like I'm an artist, and I think I know a little or be. So what's now the basis of making to madrasa, and maybe make excuse that I'm in school, so I won't be able to meet up with the Islamic Islamia. So how are you able to make it the both?
Okay. When I first started my secondary school in JS1, between that JS1 and JS3, I stopped attending madrasa. I was only memorizing Quran at home because that one was compulsory every morning you have to. So I resumed again, let's say close to the end of JS3 or beginning of SS1, because of one thing a man said. Rahimahullah is no more alive now. He told me and my brothers that now, because we were always like, okay, knowledge is at home, you can get it anytime. So it felt like, So he told us that now people are coming from outside to get knowledge from your dad. And you are at home, you are seeing them come and go, and you are not feeling this that. Don't you feel like you are the first person that is deserving of that knowledge before it goes outside? So when we heard it, we were like, that's true. Now we started going back to madrasa. But it was yes, because of what he said. But then when we got outside, so we saw the impact of the little knowledge we had. That most people, let me say many people, they are just as you said, they are just Western education. Their Islamic education is just yeah. So we were that's a bit higher than average. So we saw the impacts and we're like, okay, this can actually benefit others by we learning. And we always thought in madrasa that we should do it for the sake of Allah to enhance Allah's religion. So that's actually mainly it. You said people feel like why should they go to madrasa and other stuff. You see, before I even go to the benefits of the what you get to learn and other stuff, first of all, ask them, or I'll ask them to ask themselves that when they see someone that is actually versed in Islamic studies, they feel like, yeah, how do they feel? They feel like I am practicing the same religion with this person, but then he's doing better than me. So I think because I get many messages of that, how can I learn Islam? How can I? So I think people like that will feel it. And what they just need to do is to take the first step, which is maybe get a madrasa close to them and learn about Islam. Now, that is those that feel it. If you don't feel it, that okay, people that are around that are better than me in Islam, that should also do better or do like them. What I'll tell you is that to be a Muslim, where you don't have to always ask questions about Islam before you do anything. That, I want to do this, Sheikh, is it good? I want to do this, Sheikh, is it good? Ask yourself. Yes, yes. To be a Muslim that doesn't ask questions, that has that knowledge, is far better than asking questions every time. That, I want to do this, I don't know if it's not good. I'll ask my Afa, I'll ask my Sheikh, I'll ask my Sheikh. The Prophet ﷺ said, it is compulsory. That it's compulsory for every Muslim to seek knowledge. Now, the knowledge most of us seek is Western knowledge. And the thing about Islam is that if more and more people are living Islam and not learning it, they will become parents one day. And they might pass that down to their kids. And now, where is the future of Islam going? So, that's very easy. Yeah, yes. If we are living Islam, we are just Western education. Of course, we will later feel that, okay, I did not do this when I was younger. I should have. And I'm saying this from experience, having a father that is actually versed in Islam. Yes. It is way better to have a parent that has that Islamic knowledge that can impart in you than you having to seek in it. Yes, you having to seek out for it yourself. So if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the sake of Allah. And after that, remember that you have kids one day. You have kids one day, and you want them to be good in Islam.
So it depends. Is your what am I going to say? Yourself that going to determine what the children are going to
do. Yes.
MashaAllah. So as a medical student, how are they doing for you?
As a medical student, or as a medical student and a content creator?
The both.
It has been, let me say, adventurous. Not easy, but I came here myself, right? So
you chose the path yourself.
Yes. I not say it's easy because definitely it's not easy, but I don't like to see it as difficult. I like to see it as demanding. Like, okay, it demands your time and your energy. You have to read, you have to study, you have to do this. But at the same time, it's not something you can just go into without that faith that you would actually do well when you're in. So medical school, I'll say it has been, yes, adventurous. I'm not doing bad myself as medical students. And alhamdulillah, I'm able to hold that along with my content creation. It's just about, what would I call it? It's about giving time, prioritizing. Yes, about prioritizing.
You posted your result online, which shows you are 5.0. Hey God, which shows you're a first class student. So how are you able to make it?
First of all, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
That was my first year results, 100 level results. And I told you I started making contents between 100 and 200 level. So that was the beginning of when I started making contents. I saw my result, I was very happy. Yeah, alhamdulillah, it's not very difficult getting it, seriously.
It's not very difficult.
It's not very difficult getting it. Yes. I know I'm super grateful that Allah made that CGPA for me. But judging by the effort you need to put in, I think the main reason why it might seem difficult is that as a student, you have to do two things: focus and fight distraction. So fighting distraction, I'll say, was relatively easy for me. And if that one is easy for you, you'll be able to focus. Now there are these apps, TikTok, all these apps that you scroll and other stuff. So I get, from my experience, I get messages that, okay, how can I focus. These apps are distracting me. Before I know it, I want to talk again and all that stuff. But then I did school to that time, but I knew when to study, and alhamdulillah, it's resulted in having that kind of grade.
So people do say this, that the hardest course to study is medicine. How true is it?
Medicine, as I said, is actually very demanding. It demands your time and your energy. And I've not studied another course, but I can say my own course is not just breadcrumbs. It's not very easy. Is it the hardest course?
You
I
can't
can't
give an
say.
answer for that.
Yeah, I can't say. But it's very, very demanding. Very demanding.
So the reason why I'm asking this question is like, these are medical students here in Alibaba. You see how they move up and down every day. They used to have class from Monday to Friday, and which other courses happen to have classes maybe 3 times in a week or 4 times in a week. And theirs is like almost every 5 days or 6 days in a week. There's practical, there's calculation, you have to read, and there are exams. So I used to feel like medicine is very, very difficult to study. And people used to they used to be scared to study that course. So that is the reason why I'm asking. So as a medical student, what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge you face if you enter the course?
That's a very good question. I'll say, just as you said they attend classes every day where other departments might not attend classes on some days. Yes, it requires your time and your energy. I don't know, I've said it like 3 times because yes, it actually does. I'm in second year, right? I have students that are living together in hostel that they are about to write their MB exam, and that exam is all of what you've done for the first 2 years in medical school. That's 200 level and 700 level, everything together in one exam.
So you have to write
You have to,
previous year's exam.
yes, yes.
Your
It's not that way I've done one exam, it has gone.
in your recent year.
Yes.
So
you have to drag it along.
like carry, and you have to read along with what you have passed behind to make the
Yes.
present exam.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you are reading for this level now and you've left that level, when it's time to do the joint exam that's called MB, having to read it again, it's look new because you left it for years.
Just like you are writing WAEC or something.
Yes, that you have, after you've done this exam, move to the next. This one you have to drag it along, and you can imagine how demanding that can be.
Like, if I should ask you, how how many hours do you read a day? How often do you read?
I make it a point to read every day. A number of hours. The number of hours I read is actually not like every day I read this number of hours. But normally, the way my schedule is, I make it a point to always read from 9 to 12. That's at night. 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So that one is there. Classes and light readings in the afternoon add down together. But on weekends, of course, I read at a more stretch. But fundamentally, I know that, okay, even if I was not able to read at all in the afternoon, create content, attend classes, Quran and other stuff, I know that
I have medical students that also they will love to have time to create content, but that course that they are studying is not allowing them.
Actually, I'm grateful for being able to do the two, and it's not that I give all my energy to creating content and leave reading, and it's not that I leave reading and create content. Okay, I'll give you just a run through of how my day usually looks. Normally, say I have class in the morning till afternoon, 9 o'clock to maybe 2 o'clock. Between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, go back to my hostel, maybe sleep, get ready for the evening. Because my evenings between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, I use it to make content.
So
And
you have a fixed timetable for your daily activities.
I have, okay, when you say timetable, it doesn't have to be written, right? I don't have a written.
Yeah, but you've planned. Let me just say plan. Let me
yes.
Let me just say you've planned your days on as in you've planned your day on how you're going to carry it out.
Yes. I know that if I want to make content at all, it has to be after 4 o'clock. And between 9 o'clock, as I just said, and 12 o'clock, I know that I have to read during that time. So how I'm now going to use other periods of the day to attend to other things? It's just, I don't know, I make, say, 1 minute content. It doesn't, though it takes time before I make that 1 minute content. Yeah.
How many times are you going to repeat yourself? If you see you made mistake, you have to like start again.
Yes. I'm still getting myself. I'm still training myself to be able to make content in one take, and that's it.
I'm also trying my
Yeah.
best also. It's not actually easy.
Yes. So, but I know that if I want to make content, is after answer. So before answer, I can fix other things too. So that's how it is. I will say to medical students that want to create content for medicine is, they can just do that too. Give it a time in your day that, okay, during this time that I know that most likely I wouldn't be held with maybe class responsibility or that stuff. That's the time that I have to myself. Because sometimes during that 4 to 6 I feel like playing ball. I'll not play content that day. So you know that, okay, this time it is possible to make videos on this day. And if you have not started creating content, I think what they need to do is just to make that first video first. If it's consistency, and here we can say that make this time, come back during that time every day to make content. But if you're like, I don't know how to start all that stuff, make the first video first. That's what I did. It's not in my power to make the video go reach
You
many
know,
people just that it did.
one thing about content creation is if you make your first video, you start feeling you are posting it to the world to see. How would the world feel about this your video? Are they going to compliment it? Are they going to say bad things on your video? That is to that and that thing used to like discourage people from posting their videos. The first video I posted, I was doubting myself. See, I will post a video then. If I post it, if I post it like 2 hours, I'll go and delete it. If I watch the video again, and I discovered that whenever I make a video, I don't bother watching it again. I'll just post it. Whatever you want to have to say it. I don't care. So far, not coming to meet me and beat me. So I've said it, not long. So that is what I'm working on. That is the lane I put myself now. If I make a video, I don't bother watch it. I don't bother to watch. I don't bother to watch it. I'll just post it. I might now watch it later. I will start discovering maybe the errors I make here as well. So I don't give a. I don't really. I disregard it. So now I don't pass. I posted it. So I can't reverse it. Or like so that's one thing about content creation.
Yeah, you see, that's funny because recently I came across a podcast. I listened to podcast, so I came across something from a podcast that most people their fear is not failure. You have not started creating content because you think your video will not
What
go
will people
viral.
say?
Yes,
What
the fear of perception.
What
What will people say? And if you are driven, like if you do everyday acts, thinking about what people will say about it, you won't move on. You won't move forward.
So Muhammad, who do you see as a mentor?
For different aspects of my life, I take different people as mentors. So for the aspect of Islam, learning about Islam, um, I mentioned that I attend madrasa now, right? I still attend madrasa. My dad is one of the people that teaches me as madrasa. So I love the way he very much dedicated his life to studying Islam, spreading Islam, passing the word of Allah across to people. So I would say I look up to him in aspects of Islam. As a medical student, I don't really have anyone that I look at that, okay, I want to be like this person when I become a doctor. Yes. But as a content creator, the content creator that I see myself in, when I first came across his video and I heard his story, I saw myself in him somehow, is Ali Abdal. He is a medical doctor. He studied medicine.
This Ali Abdal, I'll go and search. I'll do some research on
Oh,
him.
you know him?
I don't really know him. I don't really know him.
But
Maybe
you
I've
heard about him before.
heard about him. Fawaz also mentioned him also when he was here.
Oh,
He said Ali Abdal is a motivational speaker or stuff like that. So
he's a productivity expert.
don't have productivity. That's how he said it. That was how he said it.
Yes. So if you see any written piece that is about Ali Abdal, I think maybe the first sentence you see, some of the few words is Ali Abdal is a doctor turned entrepreneur. So that means he was a doctor. He stopped practicing.
As a doctor.
He stopped practicing. Then he went full time into being an entrepreneur because he started creating content in, I think, no, it did not start, but he started taking it seriously. That's seriously in his final year as a medical student. So in his
So
story,
he's still a young guy.
yes, I think I don't know his age, but I think he's in his 30s, early 30s. Yes. So he studied. In his story, he said when he started practicing as a doctor after being a medical student, some of his videos did well, and some of the doctors he worked with in that hospital, they knew him from YouTube, And all of them were telling him that don't stop what you are doing, don't stop what you are doing. Why? He said those doctors, they felt trapped. Like they felt like they've spent more than 6 years in that 6, 7 years, many years in that field. Like they can't do anything else apart from being a doctor. So everyone was telling him, don't stop what you are doing, don't stop what you are doing, because it's giving you a step into the outside world apart from medicine. So okay, he found the joy he needs to. He liked creating content, so he continued. And what it's funny because what he earned as a content creator, according to him, was many times more than what he would earn in a year as a doctor. So he just switched full time to being an entrepreneur and left medical practice. So I can't say if that's what I would do. I can't really say now, but I like what he did. Yes, I love that. He talks about productivity, and that's why I'm interested in productivity. So, and I make videos about it. I watch many of his videos.
That's very good. So, what message do you have to pass to our viewers?
Okay, just as we said earlier, that the fear that holds people back the most is the fear of perception, not the fear of it, even over the fear of failure.
Oh,
Because most people, before they do something, it's not like, "Ah, what if it doesn't work? What will I want to start my business? I now post a video that I'm selling something. What will people see? I want to post content. They now see my face that I'm talking. What will I be saying? What will they think? So that is what holds people back the most. Maybe you don't like the course you are studying now. And because maybe you spent how many years in that course, that fear, it's not like fear of starting again. Of course, you might have that one. But the fear, what people will say about them starting university again, more than, what if I start again? So that holds many people back. It might be holding you back. So if you ask yourself that question, ask yourself, what is this one thing I want to do? I've always wanted to do this, but why haven't you started? It's not because you think it will not work. It's not because of any other reason, but what will people say? And that shouldn't be a reason. Why? Because as a human, if you focus too much on what you cannot control, you will never be, let me say, contented. Now, what can you control? You can control you can control your movements, you can control what you say, you can control what you do. But can I control you? Can I control what you say? If you post a video, can you control how much people will see it? What anybody will comment, can you control it? So you cannot control what people will say about you. So just leave it that way because you can't control it. Do what you do. Of course, they will say something, but just know it's that, okay, whatever they say, I know what I'm doing is right. Yes, know that what you are doing is right. Let it be right. And that way you won't have to worry about what people are going to say. Yes.
That's very, very good. So, you've made a very, very good point, and especially the example you cited, that living a course that you are not really interested in. If I don't want to quit to the course I'm interested in, what will people say? Well, so that what will people say? If somebody did not leave it, if somebody did not remove that from one's mind, you will still keep, you will be lagging behind. So in order to move forward in life, what people say, you open door, you move it from your business. So,
people use this word cringe. What cringe means that if I'm doing something and I'm feeling somehow, it's still just about people. Because that thing that I said is feels cringe. If you are doing it, you're alone in the room and you're doing it, so you feel that way. So you want to do something like, so and if you will be in a bubble. I know how it feels. See, I've not started getting content in my first year, right? I used to be, I'm still a very shy person. And what does being shy mean? Of course, is that you get your energy from being alone. But to some degree, it has something to do with other people.
that is it.
Yeah, you know how to do some things, you know how to be open, you know how to speak up. But then when you speak up and someone looks at you, you're like, you'll be shy back. So I know what it feels to have it that, what will you say about me? But just do it anyway.
That is it.
Do it anyway.
Shit. Like now, what name do you have? Or do you just want people to know you as a permanent entrepreneur? Don't you have a name that people should like, a title that people should know you for?
That's a good question, because right from my secondary school, as far as I can remember, I did not like nicknames. So I don't like to be called any other name apart from Muhammad. Sometimes in school they will call me Celeb or that's all that. I don't like this. Muhammad is my name. I just like my name. Call me Muhammad, yes.
They are bearing the prophet's name.
First name and surname Muhammad.
You know the reason why I asked? The reason why I asked was, yesterday I asked Google, who is Muhammad Abdullah? The result was many, and it brought me a lot of Muhammad Abdullah. Then if you have had your own name that people know you with, it would have been easy for Google to fish you out.
Yes, but even if I had another name, what is to say that name so people don't get it?
Is what?
What is to say that name also people don't get it? So I think I just prefer to use my name. Say in my content journey, yes, I see myself doing far better than this in the future. So if it's about Google,
Nobody is going to carry it.
Yes, it's going to, okay, this is the Muhammad Abdullah, then the other Muhammad here. But I'm just, yeah,
By time will tell.
time will tell.
Inshallah. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Yeah, a graduate of-
That question, that question, I got to ask that question in an interview. So that question, see, in the next 5 years, where I want to be is different from where I will be. Like, it might be totally different from where I will be. Of course, to some, I know that I should have graduated from 5 years. Yes, I should have graduated from medical school. How I'll be doing, I think I'll just wake up every day and do my best. So in 5 years, where does my best and Allah's grace get me?
Whatever your
That's
best gets you.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the final. Allah
Of
will
course, I have goals. I have
want to
goals,
achieve.
but I will just wake up every day and do my best to achieve that.
Allah will definitely make it to one. Tell our viewers here to subscribe to our page, give a thumb, and comment. And they can also share it for their friends. There's a lot of things you said here that we even learn from. You can like tell our viewers here.
Please subscribe to Ibnrasheed Media House channel to listen to more inspiring and informing videos like this one. Maybe my story or other videos, the stories of other guests will inspire someone to make a change in their life. And I hope you got inspired as well. So please subscribe, like the video, and share it to others to make them inspired. Thank you.
We are honored to have you. We have a lot of